I'm calling Madison. Happy 90.9 FM was a good outing. Young Connie and you Rakujusu or your Pan Africanist. And then you can come over Usu and a Pamian watching more about from Happy Morning Juso.
Me also, me so again. So, I was so near.
Yanko Pando, young Yanko Pando, you could Kromoka crack. There was a say a pusu a homano, Wajimre Napase, we need Komoka crack, Efasa, again, somewhere Corso and Rano and Home. Did you kind? Only saying.
Okay. Now, in the first place, I think the New Africa Foundation and some organizers that way, and I'm a
Okay.
I feel say, the right thing should be done first, because if the diaconal our interest to help Ghana, now our passion, and as our connection or revere ideals of Pan Africanism, now on projected those ideals and values in these critical times. We found ourselves in a messy situation. The way I mean, a new, young, vibrant guy. Our ideals, only then, come up with something that he believes that will be able to help the youth of this country. Now, a Pan-Africanist connection. He's supposed to have gone about it well. Now, on draw line here, because Pan-Africanism, it has been there since it was even there before Pan Africanism. Ideals and philosophy, the policies are. It's led in a way and inspire a lot of people to free Africa from colonialism and imperialism. And a blueprint in Kwame Nkrumah himself, before he even came to Ghana to join UGCC or organizing Pan-Africanist Conference in Manchester. So, Nkrumah himself, though full of idealism, never ever tried anything, because within a political system, say, attempt anything like this, you'll be clamped down. No government will allow you in this critical time. Our government in a war on only, especially while electing a new way, they're trying to come again in the next election while electing a flag bearer, the same party member. It's not going to work. For me, I see the affront and insult on the image of Pan-Africanism. If this guy wants to help do something, to show his love, his support, if he wants to redeem the youth of this country, the first thing is for him to organize himself well. What I say, you can't just go about organizing public conferences. He could have done it privately. What I say,
the history of Pan-Africanism is well documented.
Yes.
But are we saying, sir, it is the patented right of a particular selected group of individuals? Is that what we are trying to say? Number two has got to do with the statement that Omeki said he should have organized himself well. If you say he should have organized himself well, what do you really mean by that?
Okay, normally, in the early days of the pioneering days of Pan-Africanism, people had similar ideals. They were even more radical. And they came out with revolutionary ideals. But they realized that you need to seek for a political power first. You see, Kwame Nkrumah realized that there's no way. All the ideals. How can you project your ideals on a group of people within a framework of a democratic system? The system, we are operating within a system. You see, you have your voice. Pan-Africanism is an ideal. What is an ideal? A group or a collection of philosophical, political ideals and ideas and ideologies. So, anyone at all can adapt and adopt those ideals and project it. What I say into that is exactly what other African leaders did in the early days of the struggle for independence. No?
So that actually answers my question, sir. It is not a patented right of a particular group of people. If you know, sir, you are able to capture these ideals and implement them within a particular jurisdiction, you are at liberty to take these ideals, Meboa.
Oh yes. I mean, it's not a way, like you said, any patented way belonging to a group of people. African people, a group of who came together, who share similar views on politics, you see, on imperialism at that time. So it's like more or less a philosophical way and a political ideology. A particular way, it doesn't operate within a particular way. You can always adapt it if you believe in those ideals. It's like,
and then so it tells me that Cheddar could also adopt these ideals and would want to would want to trumpet it along the way in a democratic dispensation. As you mentioned, sir, in such a dispensation, the government will attempt to clamp down on any ideal that ABA or unsubscribe to. Would that not amount to, number one, sir, putting our democracy into question and our freedom of speech into question? So why is it that we are in a democracy and when somebody wants to speak about something, he or she is being muzzled?
Oh, okay. Oh, the issue of government clamping down on people, muzzling people, or preventing them from expressing themselves. People will see it as amounting to the government being undemocratic and dictatorial in its approach. This is the reason why Pan Africanists work within a certain framework and a certain timeline. They have their own processes because they know that the kind of radical ideas and the radical approach they have in politics is not something that any government will allow. You see, it's more or less like a radicalist ideology on politics, a political ideology, a philosophical ideology, but it is radical and revolutionary in nature. And you might explain it into detail.
Because I do not want us to, go digress. Let's stay on the convention and
Okay.
What did he do wrong in organizing the event?
Okay.
I just want to pick the perspective of a Pan-Africanist. What did he do wrong in organizing the event yesterday?
Okay. I don't think he did anything wrong. He didn't do anything wrong. It was the approach and the manner he went about it. That is why the government disallowed this event to take place.
Which approach did you want him to use?
First of all, you have to detach it from the public first. If you want to organize a conference,
Happy FM.
If you want to come out with such a thing, don't make it a public show. Already, you came out with billboards with a masked figure. People were wondering. The government was suspicious. There were activities that were not open to the public. You understand? And everyone was kind of amused and then confused at the same time. So, Pan Africanists have been talking all over the continent. They even organize conferences in Europe. Nobody is clamping them down or disallowing them to hold any conference. So you should have started by making it a private conference. You can invite all those people all these distinguished speakers to come and talk. The professor has been hearing him speaking all over the world. Nobody is against that. So he could have used the Pan-Africanist process or method. That is what he refused to do. Because in this situation, if the government, in a way, suspect that you have political ambitions.
Ms. Also, I want to understand though, when you say there is a Pan-Africanist processor, can you share with me and our audience, sir, and to of the Pan-Africanist, you know, I be our adwene so pese we did you maybe you know, and amonto ben na sir onyano e wosi wutimi tu.
Okay, my example. In August, I was start with problems are influences in Ghana. So I came out with 2 guys and we organized influencers conference. That was in last year August. As a citizen of Ghana, only right so between organizing a conference and also between about expressing views on politics and social political issues. You have the right, you know. But then I'm making Pan-Africanism, a set of radical ideologies, and even in Europe, they will the moment you come out and you make it public, you know, it will raise the eyebrows. So what normally happened in the past, and you also always have to follow your predecessors. You have to follow all blueprints, brother. You start by organizing conferences, and that conference you don't make a public show of it. Kwame Nkrumah himself, before he could organize a successful Pan-Africanist conference, you know, he was the president of Ghana at the time.
But the context in terms of timelines are different. You're talking about Nkrumah in the late 40s, 50s, early 50s. You're talking about Cheddar in the 21st century, where technology is awash. So if you say he should have organized a private conference, I mean, I'm still struggling to understand what the private conference means.
Yeah, not private conference per se. You can organize a conference. Pan-Africanists, they know themselves. If you are organizing a conference, there is a way, there is a formula you have to use. There is a way, a method you have to employ to organize the conference. Even during the days of Marcus Garvey and Dubois, they went underground. Because in society, if you have radical ideas on politics and you're dangerous, you clash with the government. It's everywhere. So Pan-Africanists, only a guerrilla group, they want to, and they don't have interest in instigating coup d'etat. It's just ideology radical, and they're different from ordinary political perspective. So when they are coming on board, they are very careful. What I say, they use processor only a problem with the government. So he could have organized a normal conference. So when the conference becomes successful, and you want to take it far and make it large and reach a larger audience for people to understand your views, you now come out with a political party. That is where you can now mount a bigger platform to say whatever you want to say. But at this moment, you've antagonized other Pan-Africanists. Because it's like you came from nowhere as a young guy, full of idealism. We've all had those things in the past. 20 years ago, we were more fiery than him. The things we wrote and the things we wanted to do within the context of Pan-Africanism. He has no idea. And sometimes, those ideals of Pan-Africanism, we hold it sacred. Ideals are here protected over there. We have our books. People have added to it. We are not trying for a Messiah. We need because of we have crisis in Ghana. you need a meeting. No. When you want to jump on board, the first thing to do, Pan Nkrumah says, seek ye the political kingdom first. Own your power. Put your Pan Africanist ideology, put it in your pocket. What a shared leaflet, any secret. After organizing one or two successful conferences, those elders and those professors can advise you as to how to go about it. And for me, it would have been successful if he had come out as an independent candidate. If he had come out with a political party in the first place, he would have won the heart of Ghanaians.
Which is which? You said that you would have liked it if he had come out as an independent candidate or with a political party. He could have joined the political. I don't have any problem. He could have come out as a candidate. Because now you don't have the power. You understand? You don't have any power in Ghana. You already had issues with the government. Even your spokesperson was arrested and deported. What I say. So already, like I said, you have antagonized the government by your activities. Government and a legitimate other places too, because if you are doing something like this, in fact, Pan Africanists, we will adore you, we will follow you, we will support you, so that your dreams will materialize. But the fact that you've done businesses and our sources now when you scan it, doesn't mean that you can just wake up from your dream and then come telling people that they should follow you. You are organizing conference you are calling people to come and talk. No, Independence Square, a big platform. Mm-hmm.
What I say, and these are eminent Pan-Africanists. People fear them. The ideas they have, it's too radical. It can change the psyche of the youth of Africa to rise up, to cause what? To cause a revolution. And some of the youth, I think that within 3 days, the youth of Ghana would have marched to the Jubilee House. What I say?
How so? How do you make such a prediction?
Yes, because I know what Pan-Africanism has done. And America said we have the.
But what is your basis? What is your basis for that particular conclusion? It says event in Ekoswa, and 3 days after the event, yes, the youth of Ghana will march to the Jubilee House.
Pan-Africanism is a gargantuan force. Pan-Africanism, ideology, it's totally annihilated colonialism. Pan Nkrumah is a product of Pan-Africanism. Julius Nyerere, where your friend is saying, they are Thomas Sankara, even Rollins had Pan-Africanist leanings. Oh, this is ideology. I inspired great leaders, great philosophers, great writers. And not only it's not only politics. It incorporates literature. Through literature, we've had great men who are proponents of Pan-Africanism. What I say, through music, through art and culture, any means necessary. Pan-Africanism, the ideology, any means be of finding necessary. It can use it. What I say, it will the ideology studies a loophole in the system. It is the moment there is a loophole, no found no, they don't room, not what causing a total revolution. A revolutionary idea. You need to organize yourself well. What I say.
So from where you sit, your assessment of the convention, Jumedi and Nanka was a Basso and Rano, the preparation was wrong.
Oh yes, the preparation a poor. But and the diakon himself, he should go back, sit down, what I say, and then rewrite his way, his vision, the philosophy, the ideas, on organizing it. Everything is in disarray, totally disorganized. The fact that people are desperate, people are hungry, and people are frustrated. What I say, there's total disillusionment in this country because of political and economic corruption. Hardship in the system. It's getting at the nerve of everyone. And that means that the people will jump crying for a Messiah who will pop up from nowhere. What I say, we don't have any credible sources. You only come imagine. And the painful aspect is you are using these eminent men. What I say, it's like who manipulate them to come and then be making speeches. No.
So that's how you see it. Say he's attempting to manipulate these eminent individuals,
yes,
eminent Pan Africanist. How so?
Yes. You know on my way. What I say, and I organize a one-man demonstration. You will need. Who say sacrifice your life? People Pan Africanists went to prison. They sacrificed their lives. On India too, Patrice Lumumba normally to change society. You have to face the consequences. People put their lives on the line. It is a woman who say you want to come and then help the nation. Fine. How many demonstrations have you organized? They are out. Never prefer. But you rather went. You were erecting billboards all over, and the figure on it, was a masked person. Keeping Ghanaians confused. And the American said, "I'm not supporting the government. Infringement on democratic rights." What I say, but he still can go about it. He can after due process. They will allow him to do it. Then say, wait, yes, if the government, which way to keep the government on? Which way to support? Which way ask any petition? What are to international bodies?
If you were to be in his shoes, what would you have done?
It is very easy. We will still organize it, but we organize it discreetly. What I say, and it will not be in a public way forum. No. Oh no. I was so untenable. Now already materials now leaders no one because someone is a constitution. Nkrumah came out with a constitution for Pan Africanism. Other African leaders also contributed. Into all study system a good ideology, a dangerous force. What I say, the force he's talking about, the original force is Pan Africanism. Because Pan Africanism is like a ritual beer. When you are able to get it right, even the white, they share it. That will lead to the total liberation of the African continent. And then they destroy colonialism. So, this government, having leanings with the imperialists, definitely will not support it. But this government is not working alone, trust me. And that external forces, they are monitoring the guy. Because they know it will go against his interest. When this guy gets the opportunity, they don't know what he's going to do. For your youth, remember, and this guy is full of ideals. The same thing, they are thinking about when Kwame Nkrumah was also coming. When other leaders, like Rawlings, Thomas Sankara, Gaddafi, they were all young guys. Revolutionary ideas. So this guy is having it. And this is his first ordeal. And commanding like that prisoner. This is his first ordeal. He shouldn't be discouraged.
Okay.
He should go back to the drawing board. Work things out. We spell out a clear and concise method. No, but he will get it right.
All right.
What I say?
All right.
He has gained notoriety. He has gained fame. He has gained recognition. So you take advantage of it.
All right.
I don't know who is coaching this boy. But
would you wish to advise him? Would you wish to be his advisor?
Oh yes. Well, not too much. But we need opportunity, we need advantage. When a government strikes you, when you want to do something, and the government comes out first to guard you or to prevent you from doing something else, it is termed as it's like the government is persecuting you. So in this case, you will become a martyr. And people will begin to sympathize with you. That is what the youth are beginning to say. So a big opportunity, a big push. The government miscalculated the whole thing, or miscalculated the situation, thinking that just a mere only the root of Pan Africanism is so deep.
ora kojo wuzu ma yana wase anopa se epusu wa homa anopa oje pene na oni atwetwe nkomo happy morning show no so